is good in the fifth house, along with the moon. However, the greatest and the staunch enemy of sun, that is the Rahu, Rahu falls in the fifth house, then it is a very unfortunate position because fifth house is vivek, consciousness, and if Rahu, the shadow, if it falls in the fifth house, then all you get is an intellectual man or a woman. Intelligence is lost, and that is why Rahu in the fifth house is a very unfortunate position. I'm not saying that it will not give you some millions of dollars. You may become a rich man or a woman, but to me, the real growth is not limited to your money. And so I'm talking from the real growth perspective, the inner growth. From that perspective, Rahu in the fifth house is definitely an unfortunate blessing. It simply determines that the past life of the native, the karma of his or her, have not been on the positive lines. However, moon in the fifth house is definitely a positive blessing. It gives you many good skills of acting, singing, performing on the stage. It is good for earning a PhD. It is good for studies. There are many things, many positive things that can happen with this placement. What are those you'll find in this quarter? So let's begin.
My phone is fixed about standing Navamsa chart. Means after 30 our Navamsa chart actually. Huh? What is this now?
The love is at the core of this universe. And love is very closely connected with learning. Because it is only when you love a certain subject that you can learn more about it. So love and learning always go hand in hand. The power of love is so much that a common boy, Deepa learns the art of hardship without the guidance of any teacher. You know what was the secret? His love towards hardship. When moon is in the fifth house, the native always loves to learn, and you will be able to learn and score well only when you are in love of the subject you want to learn. On a different note, it is only when you fall in love with a woman that you would want to learn more about her. Love gives birth to interest. That is why when a woman falls in love with a man, the first step she gives is by saying, "You are an interesting person." It means she is drawn towards you, though she is still not sure about your faith. Fifth house moon signifies the native's inclination towards learning a certain subject, as well as it also signifies that the native is romantic by heart. He often falls in love, which is good, because without love, life becomes a dry, arid land. It is only love that brings oasis in one's life. And a man who falls in love with a woman can someday also fall in love with God. Falling in love is good. It simply states that the man or the woman is a follower of his or her heart. He or she feels more and thinks less. Between life and death flows the river of love. And a man with fifth house moon can experience this river of love significance of love. He understands that there are only three mysteries: life, death, and all these three are beyond mind. The mind cannot love. Always remember this. The mind cannot love, but the heart can. The heart is the center where love happens, birth happens, death happens. When death happens, it is the heart that stops. When love happens, it is the heart that dances. When birth happens, it is the heart that starts beating. All that is real happens in the heart, and all that is unreal happens in the mind. The heart is the center of our being. Fifth house is the heart. It is the house that is ruled by Leo in the Kana Purush Kundalini. And Leo is all about love because a lion has a big heart. And one who has a big heart has the potential to love. Love simply happens out of the blue. You come across a strange woman and suddenly something has clicked. You can't answer. She can't answer. Suddenly you find yourself moving in a direction together. Suddenly you find you are on the same wavelength. You fit in. And as suddenly it happens that it can disappear also. It is a mystery. You may live with a woman for 20 years in deep love and with all the joys of love. And then one day that climate is no more there. That vibe is no more there. You are there. The woman is there. And it is not that you have not loved each other. You have loved for 20 years. But suddenly, as it came out of nothing, it disappears into nothing. It is not there. Now you can pretend. That's what husbands and wives go on doing. You can pretend. You can pretend that still the love is there. But now life will become a drag. The joy is no more there. Always remember. Love cannot be pretended and love cannot be managed. There is no way to manage love. It is bigger than you. It comes from the same source as birth and death. From where they come, love comes. These three things, birth, love and death, come from the unknown. They suddenly enter you like a breeze and they suddenly disappear. You cannot solve these problems, but you can transcend them. And the way to transcend is to accept that they are there. And don't think that they are problems, they are mysteries. Once you start feeling that they are mysteries, suddenly you are in harmony with life. And then there is a celebration, there is a trust. This is possible only if mind is not allowed to play games.